rattlesnakes. So whiskey helps and bullets take. Red hot pistols, rattlesnakes. Whiskey helps and bullets take. Red hot pistols, rattlesnakes. Whiskey helps and bullets take. Red hot pistols, rattlesnakes. Whiskey helps and bullets take.
Let's talk a little bit about this next record you're going to do. Some folks, it's kind of going to be kind of an acoustic thing, right? Stripped down. Some folks might say, how can Cutthroat Shamrock do that? Well, you guys do that live as well. Tell us a little bit about how that came about.
We've been playing these acoustic shows for years up in some smaller pubs with just a three-piece because you can't bring the whole bang to it.
Kind of like this room.
Like this room.
Yeah.
So people have been asking, hey, do you have any of this acoustic stuff recorded? And we've been saying no for years. And finally we said, well, let's go ahead and record some of it. So we've recorded 7 or 8 songs already. We're looking to record a handful more and hopefully have it out late spring, early summer.
So some of the stuff's acoustic versions of
that's what
songs that we've already done,
yeah.
and a lot of it we've got some songs that we brand new.
Right. That's what I was going to ask Derek. Is it a mix of stuff, and is it something that even later down the line you could almost open for yourself with to help promote that CD? I mean, it's pretty amazing you can do that and still get away with it. But to be a versatile group and to be together for 7 years and to play as many different places as you guys have played and done so well, you got to be able to do that, don't you? You got to kind of roll with the punches.
Every now and then the power will just shut off.
Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah, absolutely. That's going to be really cool. Are you guys recording that on your own? And when are you looking at maybe releasing that as well?
We're hoping late spring to early summer it'll be out. Of course, we do drink a little bit, so it could be.
I heard that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I heard. So
could be a little late.
It might be late summer.
It'll be around that monthish time.
Yeah.
Right. And you still, again, with Blood Rust Whiskey, it's still basically a new CD as well. So you'll basically have about 2 new CDs out in a year, which it's not as hard to do that now, I guess, as some folks may think. But again, you guys kind of switching gears here. Have you had a lot of fun recording this kind of acoustic CD? I mean, do you kind of get to discover a different side of you? You get to even arrange the songs a little bit differently even. It's got to be a little bit of an experiment as well, I guess.
It's how we started,
right.
Years ago, we didn't have the drums behind us, so we're going way back on our roots and bringing out some stuff that it's a stripped down version.
Sure.
Still full sounding. It's just not as the energy
in your face, right?
It's turned down just a little bit,
right?
Yeah.
And what is it? Maybe half and half of material you've done and new stuff, or is it about like that? Cool. The new stuff might appear later on a full band record, even. Who knows?
Probably.
So very, very cool. One of the things that I do respect, like I said, a lot about you guys is the fact that it seems like you show up and play pretty much wherever folks come and ask you to play, and being able to do that as a 2-piece or a 3-piece or a 5-piece or whatever lends itself to be able to do that. But you guys have played some pretty big festivals now, haven't you? I mean, you got some big ones under your belt. That's got to be a rush. I mean, that's got to be fun being up on stage in front of all those people as well, and with the party-type music you guys play and the atmosphere you provide. I mean, you got to love playing those festivals. You got Rhythm and Roots coming up in Bristol, I think, later. So, what are some of the festivals besides, of course, the Brewers Jam that you guys have played and really had some fun at?
It was a couple of years ago we got to play the Sundown in the City.
Absolutely.
There's a YouTube video of one of our songs, Dry Bones. You can Google Cutthroat Shamrock, Dry Bones, Sundown in the City, and you can see this video in the crowd.
It's a great video, and as we were talking earlier off air, if you're trying to figure out if you want to go to this show or not, and you get online and you go check this YouTube video out of those guys at Sundown, that'll make the decision for you. There's, no doubt about it, you need to be there if you watch that. So. Where's some bigger other festivals you guys had some fun with?
Of course, we played Shamrock Fest for the last couple of years up in D.C.
Wow. That's got to be a blast.
It's a lot of fun, but it's cold and rainy.
Huh, yeah.
Yeah. So.
But, I mean, to be able to play next to RFK Stadium,
right,
and just the crowd that pulls in there.
40,000 drunk people is a lot.
Yeah, it is, I'm sure. It's a lot of beer, a lot of ale. So.
Yeah. 4 drunk people's too much.
That one coming from the designated driver of the band.
Lord have mercy.
Mr. Guido. Again, Cutthroat Shamrock live in studio here on 90.3 The Rock and on UTTV The Rock Unplugged. Big show tonight at the Valerium again. Big St. Patrick's Day party and bash. We've been sponsoring this for a few years now and proud to do that along with the Valerium down there. Again, the Big Country's Empty Bottle going to open up. The High Score going to play second. So it's a variety of music. Big Country's Empty Bottle, more of kind of a bluegrassy, jamgrass thing. The High Score gets up there and puts that full throttle rock and roll in your face and has a lot of fun. Those guys are great. Mick Harrison, kind of a member of that band as well when the High Score has been playing on stage with him doing his stuff. So I think he's going to be there tonight as part of it as well. And then you guys going to take stage, who knows, maybe 11 o'clock?
We're thinking about 11.
Yeah. Very
And
cool.
with a college ID, you can get in for $8 tonight.
There
Or
you
is it
go.
$6 tonight.
Bam,
Wow.
there you go. That's
why you're
always
not the
good.
driver.
So that college education does pay off, I guess. So it's one of our favorite bands. We have a lot of fun with these guys, both on mic and off. It's Cutthroat Shamrock live in the studio. Can you hook us up with another one, guys? One more, and then I know you got to get off and get this whole big media swing into full gear and cap it off before the big show tonight. How about doing one more for us? What you got?
This song's called South Australia.
Great one. This is Cutthroat Shamrock live on 90.3 The Rock and UTTV. The Rock Unplugged. Let her go.
South Australia, I was born, heave away, Holloway. South Australia, round Cape Port. We're about for South Australia. Holloway, you're rolling king, heave away, Holloway. Holloway, oh, hear me sing, we're about for South Australia. Just one thing is on my mind, heave away, Holloway. Even I see there behind. We're bound for South Australia. Holloway, you're rolling king, heave away, Holloway. Holloway, oh, hear me sing, we're bound for South Australia. So I walked out one morning fair, heave away, Holloway. Have madness, that's fair. We're bound for South Australia. Holloway, you're rolling king, heave away, Holloway. Holloway, or hear me sing, we're bound for South Australia. Hey! 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 Har, har, har. Hey, 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 hey. And as you walk around Cape Port, heave away, Holloway. You wish to God you'd never been born. We're bound for South Australia. Holloway, you're rolling king, heave away, Holloway. Holloway, or hear me sing, we're bound for South Australia. South Australia, I was born, heave away, Holloway. South Australia, round Cape Port, we're bound for South Australia. Holloway, you're rolling king, heave away, Holloway. Holloway, or hear me sing, we're bound for South Australia. Holloway, you're rolling king, heave away, Holloway. Holloway, or hear me sing, we're bound for South Australia.
A couple of the quick things I was going to talk to you guys or ask you guys about. You guys are real big. Your posters, your cover art, all this stuff. Who does all your artwork stuff? You guys are really big on top of that, aren't you?
I'm a compulsive drawer.
That's what I thought,
Yeah.
man. And if you guys are ever on Facebook and you're lucky enough to be one of Ben's friends, you can see his creativity just from his Facebook posts.
Well, I wouldn't
and
say
usually
that.
what he's cooking at night at home as well. So he usually puts that up there on the Facebook. And, that makes me hungry, man. He looks like he's a pretty good cook.
I like to eat.
Absolutely, man. But your poster for tonight's show, really, really cool. And you guys put a lot of work into that, too, don't
We
you?
do those. I only made 27 of the St. Patty's Day posters, and they're screen printed. They'll be for sale tonight, $10 a piece. So if you
Wow.
want to grab those, you might want to grab them up and take them out to your car so they don't get beer and.
Sure, stuff, sweat, and stuff like that.
Beer, yeah.
Hey, what a little bit too? I was going to ask you about. You know, with the way you guys, you know, the music that you guys play. Of course, if you go out and you check out a St. Patrick's Day party event or show, it could be something that's kind of the laid back, very native music to Ireland and the British Isles, if you will, or it can be a little bit more rocked up like you guys. Or then there's bands like Flogging Molly that are really plugged in and on. You guys really, I mean, you guys seem like you could go to either or crowd, but I'm sure when you're on a gig with a band like that really is plugged in and all, I mean, there's got to be there's a lot of energy comes from off stage with you guys, but when you enjoy playing with bands like that, I guess what I'm trying to say.
We can play with anybody, man. We've played with punk rock bands. We've played with bluegrass bands. We love just playing with anybody out there.
Right. Who wants to have a good time and possibly
Played
has.
with metal bands. We were in Florida, played a metal show. We opened up for like 4 metal bands.
Yeah.
Right, right. That's no surprise in Florida. There's a lot of big hair metal in Florida. So that's a lot of fun, man. Kudos for that, because it's not that easy to pull that off. But you guys do a type of music, and again, when you can break it down into a 2 or 3 person format or into the whole 5 person thing, and right there in the face with the whole band, cheers for that. That's great, because you
Thank you
do
very
a
much.
great job of pulling that off. And another great example that was Brewers Jam this year, where you guys got that fat set right there, third,
Titties.
where the where the sampling is really starting to kick in. And things really start to happen in Brewers Jam. If you've never been in, you just need to come check that out next October, and you'll see these guys will probably be in the audience next year, so having even more fun. And who knows what might happen after Brewers Jam this year if they show up. So, again, tonight, though, the big show down at the Valerium. It's going to be a lot of fun. The High Score, Big Country's Empty Bottle, and Cutthroat Shamrock going to be performing. Doors open about 7, 8 o'clock. I'm sure they'll have plenty of cold beverages. You just need your ID there as well. You guys tell us a little bit about how folks can go find you. You got Facebook, you got MySpace, website. How can folks go find you out there on the big World Wide Web for Cutthroat Shamrock?
We got the MySpace. We got the Facebook. We're working on the .com, but we're all
Right on.
we drink.
Yeah.
And like I said, you can go to Friend Tape tonight if you're underage. Friendtape.com, and you can watch us for free.
Yep. Or if you're like me, you got a 4-year-old at home and you just can't get out to enjoy a St. Patrick's Day show, I can just stream it and check you guys out, can I? So very, very cool. And again, the new record, latest record, I guess, 6 months old or so, Blood Rust Whiskey, really, really good record. You can pick that up at the show tonight. Go grab that from the guys and be looking hopefully here in the next couple, 3 months, maybe an acoustic CD from Cutthroat Shamrock, if you will. You'll be hearing it quite a bit here on 90.3 The Rock. We love these guys. We love our local music scene, and they're a great example of why we love our local music scene so much, as they put on a great show and have a good time. You guys, thanks for coming in, man.
Thanks for having
Thank
us.
you.
Always a blast to see you, and have a great time tonight, and please just make sure Guido drives home. That's all I ask. So, right on. Cutthroat Shamrock. Cheers, guys. Great
Thank you.
job.
Happy St. Patty's Day.
Happy St. Patty's Day to you guys. Go check them out there at the Valerium this evening for 90.3 The Rock's big St. Patty's Day show. Good stuff. Stick around. More music on the way. This is 90.3 The Rock WTK.